Transference is one of the most important and intriguing concepts in psychology. It refers to the unconscious redirection of feelings from a person in one's past to another in the present. Knowing about the word and its meaning is a key to trying to become a slightly more mature and less dangerous person to be around. At the heart of the theory of transference is the idea that our expectations of what other people are like is to an overwhelming extent dictated by what the people in our immediate vicinity were like in our childhoods, especially our parents. These formative figures determine a whole range of our behaviours, our sense of, for example, how people might respond to our weaknesses, whether those in authority are benign or humiliating, whether setbacks can be met with panic or resilience, whether others can be depended upon, and so on. In other words, we don't enter adulthood like a blank slate, waiting until all the data is in before we judge a situation and draw our conclusions strictly on the evidence in front of us. Instead, we have powerful but hidden tendencies to prejudge, according to patterns laid down by our personal histories. Some of this prejudgment might be sensible, but a lot of it can be very troublesome. We may get more panicked than is warranted. We may be so suspicious we don't give others a fair hearing. We may be so sure we're about to be attacked, we strike out preemptively. We may be so nervous, we fail. The key thing about transference is that we can't generally tell it's happening. We assume we're entirely reacting to the present, when in fact our feelings are drawing energy from a source from long ago. That's why maturity deeply depends on getting to know one's tendencies to transference. To help us in the task, psychologists have devised a number of tests to tease out these transferences. One exercise involves asking someone to finish sentence stubs very quickly, without giving too much thought, thereby allowing the unconscious to reveal itself. For example, another classic transference exercise is the Rorschach test, devised in the 1930s by the psychologist Hermann Rorschach. By being shown an ambiguous image and asked to say what it was, Rorschach believed that we would naturally reveal some of our latent guiding fears, hopes, prejudices and assumptions. The important point in any Rorschach test is that the image has no one true meaning. Different people merely see different things in it, according to what their past predisposes them to imagine. To one individual with a rather kindly and forgiving conscience, this image could be seen as a sweet mask with eyes, floppy ears, a covering for the mouth, and wide flaps extending from the cheeks. Another, more traumatized by, say, a domineering father, might see it as a powerful figure viewed from below, with splayed feet, thick legs, heavy shoulders, and the head bent forward as if poised for attack. The goal of maturity in general, and psychotherapy in particular, is to help you to get on top of your transferences. That means seeing the ways in which our views of authority or sexuality or uncertainty have been distorted. The idea is ultimately to be released from the past's indiscriminate hold on the present and to reduce the scope of our personal histories to determine our futures. Once we overcome our transferences, we can be free to respond more reliably to the world as it is, rather than how it was.